What's up, y'all? It's like a fan here. As you can see by the title of today's video, we're here to talk about the key to getting interceptions in NBA 2K23. Now, the obvious first part we're going to talk about is having interceptor equipped. This is going to be upping the frequency of tip passes or intercepted passes, and obviously the higher the level you have, the more doable it is. Not to mention, having a higher steal rating also contributes to this too. So 90 is a very great threshold to shoot for, but as you can see, 78 is very doable as well. I would advise though, 2K always moves in these thresholds when it comes to steal rating, and I'm not sure if it's the case or not this year, but I would definitely advise go to 80 steal instead of 78 if you're settling for that silver interceptor. But anyway, like I said, in this gameplay, you're going to see me on my 6'9" Ben Simmons build. It has 90 steal rating, gold interceptor, and it's going crazy in this thing too. So I hope y'all enjoy. If you do, for to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on noties, all good stuff. Alright, so with this gameplay, we're going to show it straight through. I want to show you guys the power of the proper passing lanes, and also not to mention that it's way more than just interceptor, obviously. So I want to show the full game and showcase to you the whole process of trying to get these passing lanes as well. Alright, so for the first defensive possession, you're going to see I actually play a really good passing lane, but it takes a little bit of time. It's going to be them dribbling the ball around a little bit. And I would say the best way that I can suggest to you guys as far as what you're going to learn from this video is to manipulate the defense. You can give them certain things that you would think that are there. For instance, if I'm playing low on this right here enough, he might think this guy is going to be open, but as you can see, this is just being a good defender. I can see Kitchen is getting stuck in the wash right here, and he's not going to be able to guard his own guy who's wrapping across. Meanwhile, he can take mine, who has his ball picked up, or even if he didn't have the ball picked up, and he still kept his dribble alive, Kitchen could easily still take him, and I am going to take his guy who's wrapping around all this traffic right here. But as you can see, it looks open enough to pass to. Not to mention, you have to know the skill level of the people you're going to be playing against. Most people might not throw this if they're like the comp stage level or the extreme like 3v3 sweats. For the most part, their offense is very clean and precise, and I understand, yeah, it looks boring when dudes are spotting up in the corner with two guys running pick and roll, but it's a lot easier to understand and manipulate the defense as far as not throwing scary passes. But as you can see, you obviously can still try and hawk these type of things. Now, I gotta tell you guys, you are not going to get passing lanes by being in the right spot off rip. You can't just be right where this guy is going to be because he's not going to throw the pass, first and foremost. Not to mention, it's a little bit harder to play like stationary passing lanes, I've noticed, where in this situation, I'm sprinting and I'm tapping my X button. I gotta say, timing is a huge thing this year. It does not just auto put you into steal animations anymore. You actually have to like time the mess out of these things and put that X button or put that square button at the exact same time that your guy would be kind of getting his hands on the ball, so to say. But as you're gonna see, we pick six this thing on the first defensive possession. I throw the self lob right here as well. Looking nasty. I gotta say, this build's ability to do stuff like that is so crazy. And I have a lot of clips too that I might showcase at the end of this video, but like I said, I wanted to show one straight up gameplay of showing how I'm truly trying to manipulate passing lanes throughout the whole course of the game. Right there you can see I go for the chase down. Kitchen plays a really solid hands up defense. It's trailing in behind me. The point guard kind of just pushed it a little bit too fast where his teammate wasn't up the court yet, and Kitchen's able to get a nice little defend right there. Either way, bad shot. Obviously, it is what it is. It tracked down the rebound. I'm still going to be showcasing offense in this game because I do want to show like how things set up a little bit, so to say, or just to show that it's a true game being played. It's not just me manipulating the clips and stuff like that and only showing the parts where I'm actually getting interceptions. So right here, bait down. You will see that when you make blitzes like that and actually make plays coming down to the paint right there, they will start trying to dot you a little bit more, and you're going to be able to catch them lacking in those situations because they're going to truly think that you are committed and you're kind of an idiot that's just always dropping 24/7. Right there you can see Kitchen plays a bad passing lane. Another thing is the risk reward factor of these lanes that I want to talk about. So I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen interceptions are not as easy to get as they were in previous years. Like these right here, he's playing the lane, he tapped his X button, but he's not getting it, and he still has 90 steal rating on this build as well. So you have to be very selective with when you go for them, because if you're playing with like bad teammates who aren't going to see that and pick up for your guy right here because they're so focused on my guy's not scoring, or maybe I'm like right here, technically this is Kitchen's guy, but I'm supposed to be guarding the big according to how we're playing right here, and I'm able to just pick up on Kitchen's, and then he's able to pick up on mine trailing behind, because you can definitely catch up to those inbounders a whole lot faster than you will the guard. Right there, you can see nasty lane again. We screw up the alley-oop, unfortunately, it goes out of bounds, but watch this. This is me kind of just making an unnecessary play, I'm not going to lie, but it seemed very predictable that he was going to panic pass. A panic pass like playing is extremely important too, because you will pick up on a lot of the bot tendencies. Not to hate on these guys too much, I actually ended up being in Twitter DMs with one of them, and he's actually a really cool guy too. But anyway, as far as playing the tendencies of the people you're playing against. You can tell when they're kind of panic passed, or like he thought Zeke was a little bit too off right here and he could probably get the pass off clean. Meanwhile, I was actually playing my guy pretty well, or like in this situation, you would think maybe like, oh, I'm at home, like I'm gonna be playing the lane on my guy right here. Not to mention it's a bad little vantage point as well. So it looks pretty doable to throw to this guy right here. Zeke, I'm not sure why he was moving to the left right there, but either way, I lurk the mess out of this thing and jump off the corner as he throws it, and boom, pick six again. Well, technically, I was trying to throw it to Zeke and Zeke throw it back to me on a lob. I probably could have just kept going all the way myself, but either way, it is what it is. And again, like I said, I want to showcase you guys. This is a full game that I'm showing. I get 4 passing lane steals in this game. I think Kitchen gets 1 as well, or maybe it was Zeke, but either way, you can see I'm burning adrenaline super quick too. This is tough, and me and Kitchen have a bad possession right here. I'm gonna end up just getting the ball on some random BS, and I end up just getting a decent take. It is what it is. This is pretty ugly offense, but anyway, back to the defense. Inbound D. I gotta say, if you really want to get on some greasy, sweaty stuff, double inbound press is devious. Like right here, our 3 in this lineup were a little bit confused as to who's guarding who, because ideally I'm guarding big man right now, and I would like if someone were down here as well to guard the other person trying to catch this inbound. I know a lot of you guys have probably played the sweaty inbound defenders that are double pressing, and you're probably mad at me for even like talking about doing stuff like that, to be fair, but either way, it's very smart to manipulate who can get these balls on the inbound too. And not to mention as well, if they have one ball handler and you know that for a fact, double press the mess out of that guy. Like if they have one true ball handler and it's like a stage lineup where it's a guard, lock, and center, and the lock and center have horrible ball handle ratings, force that ball into their hands 24/7. Because what you could do is you could have like Zeke down here and me down here, and then it could just be one guy on the other guy as far as like one of the bad ball handlers, so to say. And to force the ball into his hands, you can maybe even get a pluck steal on him because he's trying to handle the ball with like 60 because we're forcing it into his hands. Not to mention, if you force the ball into someone's hands that don't want it, you can then still hawk the passing lane, because let's just paint the picture, right? Let's act like this guy is a 6'8" pure lock or something like that, who has no ball handle, no like, you know, finishing ability, anything like that. He's literally just a defensive player with some shooting. He doesn't want the ball. If he has to hold on to that thing sitting here around the 3-point line, or the opposite 3-point line, he's going to be looking for that guard to give the ball to 24/7. So when he has that right there, do not ease off and back up on defense just because they have then inbounded the ball. Hawk this dude right here and make sure he can't get the ball, because this dude don't want it, he don't want it, and I'm being figurative as far as the stage lineups, right? But that's how you're going to get those guys really trapped and put them in bad situations 24/7. Right here you can see I go way too hard on the passing lane, but either way, this is where I would also say the risk reward factor. Like, we're up by 9-0. I'm not too worried about it, and I wanted to make a cool little play just in case, because Kitchen was getting beat down court, and maybe this is a pass to be made. Maybe I scared him out of throwing it though, and then he didn't really react quick enough to throw to the corner. But either way, against decent people, that's always a wide open corner 3, I would assume, because your teammate's not going to rotate very quickly either. So that's just kind of an obvious, like I said, corner 3. But anyway, back to the inbound D. You can see me and Kitchen kind of double pressing the PG. It's not like really extensive or anything like that. You can see they pass over to here. They don't make the shot. Once again, it was a little bit of a heavy blitz, and I would have once again given up a 3-pointer wide open off that, or Kitchen. I don't really know whose responsibility that was. But anyway, on the fast break, kick it to Zeke on the driving kick right here. He ends up missing, and I don't get the rebound. Team take activates off that too, though. But as you can see, Zeke plays a passing lane. Now let's break this one down from Zeke, and you can see he throws a lob to me. But this one right here, we actually, like I said, activate the team takeover, so Zeke does have lock take activated right now. This one is kind of just a bad pass from the PG, if we're being real. It's in the lane of 2 people, and Kitchen might have even got the steal as well. And you know, to be fair, I'm gonna be real. Like, plays that you make that can look like you're really skilled in 2K this year may end up in a situation where you just did some dumb stuff and got away with it. Because if we're being real, this should have been Kitchen's guy right here, and Zeke probably should have been on this. But once again, I did that myself. I played a lane off someone that wasn't my guy and looked really cool for doing it. So this is the thing. Like, if this pass wasn't made and this guy was patient with it, and they just both thought to tap that X button right there, or let's say the point guard even fake passed and then baited these two into both playing the lane, and now this guy's just wide open on the wing because I have to hold my own guy, depending on where he fake passed. Maybe I could run and peel off depending on his limitless range, but either way, Zeke's able to get the tip pass and get the recovery off it, and then we're out in transition. But again, it's all about really just making plays and being unpredictable. Right here, once again, I look like I'm too low, but I'm playing it really well. And again, I think some people might see this, also crazy dunk too, but some people might see this and be like, oh, passing lanes take no skill. Again, so BS, so stupid. once again, I have lock take. I baited him pretty good too. Like I'm really trying to lurk that lane coming down first, and then I know there's a certain amount of ground that I can play while also tapping my X button at the right time, because again, if I hit it too early or if I don't do it at all and I'm way too late, this is probably him just being out the gates. And to be fair, Zeke, you can see, is already preloading to like get ready to go and run for him because he looks like he has me beat. But I have the underneath coverage, so to say. Zeke has the over top. He's kind of playing safety right now. And I'll tell you what, these passing lanes do feel like you're playing football, bro. It really takes me back to playing Madden and getting on this user stuff. But anyway, again, this is so important as far as your timing goes for this. You have to throw your like X button up to put your hand up at the perfect time. I will say you cannot get very many lanes playing hands up defense on that inbound. It's only a rare situation where they throw it extremely low and you just kind of slap it with your hands. But you have to go all X this year as far as getting tip passes, in my opinion. As you can see right there, get a nice lane. Like I said, the contact dunk looking nasty too. It was a tough game for these guys for sure. Absolutely. But anyway, we have one more steal in the game right here. You can see once again, they're both picking up for me, and now I'm on the inbounder. To be fair, I'm over here pressing my X way too much though, and once again, you'll look like an idiot if you do that 24/7. So be selective with your passing lane attempts. It's very smart to not be a X spammer in this game. As you can see, like I did it on that one, but I'm like fiending at this point. I'm trying to go hard for the gameplay, so I'm really just getting like uber mad aggressive on stuff like that. Right here, he ends up missing the wide open shot. I grab the defensive rebound. Also, if you guys want to see the SIGs, I am down to show you. This behind the back and stuff like that is looking real fire. The crossover, I'm loving it as well. Now this dude's going to sit paint, and I'm able to get the contact dunk on him. Green, simple as that. And now we got one more steal to showcase. So this is going to be me lurking again off my own lane. So again, like this is another thing too where I would say playing people's bad pass accuracy is so much easier. So for instance, this guy has Zeke beat already. I'm already kind of accounting for my own guy, and if he were to play, like this is read and react as soon as the ball is thrown, because if he did throw to my guy, I'm running to the right then tapping X, whereas he's throwing to Zeke's guy right here, so now I'm running upward and left a little bit and tapping X. So again, you can make a lot of plays. You can see Kitchen kind of like goes for the lane early on that, which makes it even more predictable for me to not really have to worry about this, because if he threw it super early, Kitchen might have got it. If he throws it late, it gives me the opportunity to, like I said, play 1-on-2 where I can know that he's going somewhere between these two. Obviously, I mean, they're both streaking up too. This is not a very good idea. Like, you definitely want to keep one guy down in the inbound, but again, Kitchen was low-key gonna lurk that down lane right there, so it's a tough one to say. Honestly, like the safe thing is just to never streak up like this, but to be fair, you could get easy buckets off it, especially against people that you probably won't get buckets against normally. But again, pass accuracy, I mean, it's tough out here, bro. If you don't have good pass accuracy, you're not gonna be throwing those things very good at all. Right here, I end up early in the dunk right there, but it is what it is. They're gonna score, and next possession I'm just gonna dot Kitchen in the corner. Video's pretty much over with that, but all I wanted to say was, like, essentially, when it comes to playing passing lanes, it's extremely important to play with the timing. You have to know when to, like, how to bait people and stuff like that too, because obviously if you're glued to your guy, it's extremely hard playing passing lanes. Like when I'm playing Rec Center, let me see if I can pull up a Rec Center clip for you guys real quick. The box score though, you can see 14, 5, 2, and 4 on 7 for 8 finishing in the paint. It was crazy, but let me see if I can pull up a Rec Center clip for you real quick. Also, I don't know where I'm putting this in the video. I'm recording this after because I forgot to put this Twitter clip in right here. Also, the quality might be horrible for all I know, but I wanted to showcase this because it's a really cool clip. It's probably the most like ridiculous one I've done, because as you can see, this guy is chilling way over here on this wing. I see though that they're both like over here going for this corner, and the predictable thing is to go to this guy. Now, I'm not gonna lie, it's a good idea to move to the middle right here. Maybe he should have stopped about right here though, because he's getting away from the second defender. If he stays here, then obviously someone can just kind of jump at him. But this is a great maneuver from him though, to move to the top and get away from those two defenders. But as you can see, I'm 2-on-1 now at this point, and the predictable pass is to go to the top, and I make the play of the century right here. It was crazy. I put this one on Twitter, and this is doing pretty decent numbers. But anyway, you can see, boom, flying off the corner and pick six that thing, and just absolutely like go crazy off that. Alright, so not that this is the perfect example, but I do want to showcase this in a different sense. So like right there, if I went for the passing lane, I am not only in the wrong spot, like he's further to my right and I'm moving to the left on accident. So if I was a little bit further to the right, this would have been a good time to try it. Or if I just lurked kind of straight down from where I was instead of going to the side so far, because he beats my movement with his movement, where if I just lurked down it would have worked, but he was standing here just a second ago, so it makes sense for me to try and run that way, but he runs away from me, and then boom, there's that. So if I played X button right there, I'm done, but I'm able to recover because I didn't go for the passing lane. Right here, you're going to see a little bit of a scramble mode. I'm kind of playing him, then I see no one's going to rotate to the corner, so I'm running there, even though two guys really did, and then I see an open corner over here, so I'm running there. Once again, this is all based on playing with randoms, because I am playing with randoms. Ideally, in a comp pro-am sense, this guy would rotate to the corner and I would rotate to the wing because it's much closer, and he low-key was planning to do that too. But anyway, again, just the fact that I'm not playing passing lanes right there is extremely important, and that's what I'm trying to get at with this video too. You have to be selective with it and more timing based with it as well, because you can't just constantly spam 24/7 and expect that you're going to play good defense, or for that matter even get passing lanes extremely consistently in the first place. But anyway, right here, I would advise for corner defense, definitely sag down quite a bit though. I will say there is a thing in the game where the further you sag down, the more you get stunned though. I will say, to counter that though, I know I'm saying I will say quite a bit, but anyway, to counter that, I know you can bounce the lane, like you can move and tap your X button at the same time they throw it and you won't get stunned. So I would just say don't stand flat-footed when you're in the corner. Like don't sit way down here flat-footed and just expect that you can, like, you know, want them to pass the ball over here, yet then when you try and run, you get stunned like crazy. I think your perimeter defense rating actually does matter for that though, because on my 7-footer, or the 6'11", I get done like that way worse, and then for this build, it really isn't that bad at all. But anyway, like right here, if you're just a hungry lane dude, right, and you see this off-ball screen, or this guy kind of standing here, and if I had tried way harder to lurk this, I probably could have, but I get rewarded for not doing it because I'm able to be in good position, I get something to contest, and then I get a free fast break bucket just off the fact that I didn't get super uber aggressive in the lanes. So all I'm trying to tell you guys is don't be way too cocky with these lanes. Don't be spamming them everywhere. All right, and last thing I want to showcase to you guys is the fact that when you play face guard, like Ramsey defense, where you're trying to like man press somebody and you're going crazy, like shadowing them pretty much, you will deny them the ball very well, but then you can see this dude's getting way too ridiculous in the lanes, and now he's not on his own guy. I got my own to account for, and he gives up a free bucket off that. So I will say, like in those situations when you're playing a little bit more off, like, and you're trying to play for those lanes, you are way more risk reward. Whereas if I'm over here face guarding my guy and shadowing his moves, and I've been doing that like crazy in the rec too. I'm playing some crazy off ball coverage on these dudes to try and dex around. But when I do that, I don't get many steals because it's very hard to try and just tap your X button when the ball comes your way, because they could break any which way, left, right, to the basket, even backwards occasionally, not very often though, but generally it's going to be hard for you to predict which way they're going to go when you're face guarding them so tight. So I would just recommend when you're playing off coverage and you're like really sagging off, you can bait the fact that they're gonna have to pass somewhere a whole lot more. Whereas for me playing this press coverage right here and being right up on him, I'm not playing lanes very often because I will get broke. My ankles will get broke off ball if I try and play the lane and he breaks one way if the pass doesn't come there. And not always do you get killed for trying to play a passing lane. Like right here, the ball's coming my way and I tap X. I don't get it. I still recover and I'm still able to guard my own guy. It is what it is. Obviously, they end up scoring regardless though. But either way, you get what I'm saying. It's not always a risk reward as in like a lost cause or anything like that. I will say you definitely play lanes a whole lot better when you have adrenaline on too. That's just a fact. Right here, I kind of killed him low-key, and then I get the big man jumping, dish it down to my big guy, but then he gets blocked. Either way, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. That's pretty much it. If you made it to the end, put lane or interception in the comments to show your support to me all the way through, or put your favorite cornerback in the NFL, history or present. I don't care. I'm a huge football fan too. This interceptor video definitely relates a whole lot to just Madden and football in general as well, because the lanes are a very like similar thing to playing Madden as far as the user lurking and stuff. All right, last thing before we close, I just want to showcase a couple of bad lanes. Like this one right here, boom, he doesn't get it. Now this guy right here, he taps his X button mad late as well, doesn't get it. Now he's getting beat, and I have to kind of patch things up on the backside. So now we're in scramble mode, and they get a free 3 off the fact that we were just in scramble mode off 2 bad passing lane attempts. So just want to make sure with this video, as I showcased to you guys crazy lane attempts, that there are also things like this on the other end where he's too far up, he's not like down enough on this. In my opinion, lurking low to high is a whole lot better. It's kind of like Madden in this sense as well, where if you lurk low to high, you're able to get lanes that are over your head, whereas it's very hard to come down on a lane and intercept something. So once again, he tries to do that. He taps his X button mad late, and he probably wouldn't even got it anyway. And he would have been able to patch his own guy up if he didn't go for that lane right there. But again, we're in scramble mode off that because I have to play help on his recovery, and then just nothing's there. So anyway, that's all for video. Hope y'all enjoyed. Like I said, if you made it to the end of the video, put interception, put lane, or put your favorite NFL cornerback or whatever the case may be. And let's try and get this one to 2,000 likes. I would appreciate it. But anyway, that's all for vid. Hope you enjoyed. Take these, man. Peace.